Welcome to Transforming Education with Edvantia. I'm Dr. Tony Marchese. Today's program is titled Professional Development and Technical Assistance, Systemic, Substantive, and Sustained. To learn more about the topic, we're going to be talking to two guests, and they are Dr. Sandra Angius, Vice President of Programs at Edvantia, and Dr. Keith Smith, Virginia Liaison for the Appalachia Regional Comprehensive Center at Edvantia. Welcome. Great to have you both on the program. Dr. Angius, why don't you talk about your background in education and how you ultimately came to work at Edvantia?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I began my education career way back in 1972, became a high school social studies teacher and taught in Wayne County school system in West Virginia. Moved from there into working in an arena that's kind of the theme for my work is working with underrepresented students, underserved students, starting out with a program called Talent Search, in which we worked with students, I think it still exists, in financial aid, and then went on to work in the Upward Bound program at Marshall University, directed that program. Then went to the West Virginia State Department of Education, where I worked in coordinating federal programs and directing federal programs. And then the last few years I was there, I was the Director of Research Coordination for the department. And then from there, in spring of 1996, came to Edvantia, where I began working with the Comprehensive Center and am coming up on 13 years with Edvantia, and we had one comprehensive center for 10 years, and we're on another 5-year. We're in the 4th year of a 5-year comprehensive center. So
Thanks.
That's been my background.
Dr. Smith, what about your professional journey?
Well, I started before Sandy did. I'm a senior member here. But I started teaching in Wheeling, West Virginia, Wheeling Central High School. I was a biology teacher there for a couple of years and did some coaching and that sort of thing. And then I went on to get a master's degree and spent a year at the University of Toledo, and then came back and worked in Gilmore County as Director of Guidance for Gilmore County Schools, and then went to Magnolia High School in Wetzel County, where I graduated, and was counselor and coach there for a year. Got hired at the Department of Education. I came in, I thought, well, that'd be a good thing to have a year or two on my resume. So I started there, and 28 years later, I had I didn't stay in the same jobs. I did change jobs all the way through it, and I retired with 28 years, and that was 12 years ago, I guess, and was the assistant state superintendent at the time I retired, which was, I was in charge of all instructional programs with the exception of vocational and technical, along with all the title programs and assessment and institutional education and all those sorts of things.
So when you retired the first time, did you think that you would end up working this much longer in education?
Probably not.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I retired one day and went to work the next day.
You
working,
serious?
yes, in Kentucky with a National Science Foundation project
Wow.
that I'd helped work on. I directed that for a while, and then I came to Edvantia, and we wrote a project here at Edvantia, and we're kind of finishing up on the final work with the National Science Foundation project, the Coalfield Rural Systemic Initiative.
Well, that's
Yeah.
great, and I'm really excited about our conversation today, and I'm excited to have both of you here as we talk about professional development and technical assistance.